Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are Ivy, a training company. My name is Guo Meihan. I am the company's president, and they are my colleagues. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you very much for your willingness to listen to our company's program explanation. Well, today I found many older people came to the city, which reminded me of my grandmother. So I hope everyone can listen to the story of my grandmother and me first. Well, when my grandmother was 16 years old, she had to move in with me because my grandfather died. And after my observation, I found that the most she has done since she moved here is sleep. And she also often complained to me that the current TV programs are not suitable for the elderly. Many of them are singing and dancing is too noisy and annoying. So she often plays a random program and falls asleep. Since my grandfather died, my grandmother has been very lonely. She has nothing to do if she doesn't have TV to watch. Originally, there were several older people in her village. Usually, they always play cards, play chess together, but older people. Later, when they died one after another, my grandmother has no friends at all. Therefore, after careful consideration, I founded this company, specializing in network training for the elderly. I hope the elderly have something to do and gain something through our training, so their old life can be more colorful. That's why I founded Ivy. So today I'd like to introduce our company's network training program for the elderly. Before I begin, I'd also like to ask a few questions. These questions for families with older people. We will talk about the news or the latest movies and games. Do you feel that the older people around you are remarkably silent? Second question. This question is for the elderly when your children have to go to other places because of work and you can only live alone at home. Will you feel lonely because of doing nothing? Therefore, to cope with these situations, we plan to provide accessible, simple, and exciting courses for the elderly to learn network skills. So, this is to enrich the older people's lives in their later years, let them have more ways to pass the time, have more common topics with the younger generation, and let them no longer be lonely. These are the purpose of our training. Caring for the physical and mental health of the elderly is what we all should do. This is because the world is moving into an aging society. We also think that the screen of mobile phone is too small for the elderly to watch for a long time. And then I also want to emphasize that our training is to enable the elderly to master some basic computer network operations, not on mobile phones, because the brands of mobile phones we use are too complex, like Huawei, Apple, Oppo. Some mobile phones can't download some softwares, or they need to pay money. It is increasing the difficulty of teaching. Therefore, to make the training process more unified and simple, we choose the computer as a medium for the elderly to access the network. And then I want to introduce the details of this training program. As a community-based, we plan to conduct network training for the elderly in cyber cafes once a week. We will contact the cyber cafe in advance to ensure no conflict in training venues. And 10 older people arrange for a teacher for guidance. Teachers may use Tencent Meeting or Zoom to teach so that the elderly can learn synchronously by watching the teacher's operating steps. And it is worth mentioning that our teachers are all computer teachers in university, and they are professional and very patient with the elderly. And the training also includes teaching the elderly to use browsers to read and search some news, download software, play some online games such as chess, Before the training, trainers will also prepare related materials. The personnel involved in the training need to sign in. We will also send the teaching materials to the elderly in advance, including the teaching content of the day, so that they can review and reference it. Okay, the last step is a follow-up of the training. The supervisor will assess the elderly regularly to improve the training program according to the training evaluation and summarize and achieve the assessment results of the elderly. The assessment is generally once a month, and the elderly also have the final exam. It will be held at the end of the year. And also don't worry if the assignment results are not ideal. The teacher will take time to give you the remedial lessons. Just relax and don't be stressful. So finally, the most important thing is welfare. The elderly who insist on participating in the training can get 5 eggs free of charge weekly. And the top 3 in the final exam can draw a prize, such as rice cooker, hair dryers. Everyone has a chance. So if you are interested in our training, please get in touch with us as soon as possible. We are online 24 hours a day.